Verse News and Super are speculative ad-lib parody news podcasts. Verse News, Super, and its affiliates and sponsors claim no rights or liability to licenses, trademarks, and copyright of characters mentioned. Such characters are used under the fair use laws as a parody and speculative newscast. Verse News, Super, its parent company, sponsors, and affiliates do not claim responsibility for content made and is purely for the entertainment of its audiences. Super, Verse News, and its parent companies, affiliates, and sponsors advise listeners to absorb content with caution and claims no liability for damage caused by its listeners. Discretion is advised.
Welcome back to Verse News. I'm Rick Rogers here with Mike McNosian on the main desk. When you want news across the verse, trust Verse News to bring you the objective point of view. Turning to Mike for our top story. Mike, what do you have for us?
Our top story tonight is about Batman. Rumors of insider trading have turned into an investigation. The Commissioner of Gotham City has called for an in-depth investigation into Batman's finances and activities. We have little detail as to the source of the allegations. In an attempt to get straight to the source, we go to our investigative reporter, J.K. Reynolds, with Batman Now. J.K., are you there?
Hey, Batman, wait just a second. Hey, Batman, 2 seconds, man. Hey, Batman, J.K. Reynolds with the Super Dirt. 2 seconds, sir, 2 seconds. Just give me 2 seconds. We would love to hear what you think about the insider trading that you've been accused of.
I am Batman, and the accusations of me doing insider trading is completely ridiculous. You have no idea what kind of resources I have at my disposal, and I don't need to rob bad guys. Take care of what I need to take care of.
But you gotta admit it looks pretty bad. I mean, some bad guys go free, some get taken care of by you.
It's a big city, and there's a lot of bad guys. And there's only one dark night. I pick and choose as I see fit.
Okay, Batman's just gonna disappear. All right, well, goodbye, sir. You go, there you have it. We have it straight from the Bat's mouth. Interesting. Back to you guys.
Thanks, J.K. It doesn't sound like Batman will be very cooperative during that investigation.
Right you are, Mike. Right you are.
It's time to whip up some weather with Susie Stormcloud.
You know, Mike, with rumors on the streets about there being a crazy toxin being released, possibly in the near future, there's been less and less people out there. So I'm seeing a lot less smog. And that is perfect because, oh my gosh, it makes it so I cannot breathe. Anyways, in other news that's related to weather things, I have some instruments here and they're telling me that there's some sort of, I don't know, shift of the continents, maybe some earthquakes. I don't know. Earthquakes, that's what it says. Richter, right? That's the earthquake scale. The world is shaking a little bit, and I'm not sure why, but I just have to wonder, does it have anything to do with somebody digging too deep while they're trying to do their insidious things? I will not be able to check into this on my own, so I guess the Verse News team will have to figure out how to follow up. Until then, that's all for the weather. Back to you guys!
Our main story tonight takes us to the realm of Earth One politics. Lex Luthor is on the campaign trail, seeking re-election to the Earth One Alliance to continue as the Prime Minister. This morning, he was acquitted on all corruption charges by the council, and this afternoon, he announced his intentions to run for a second term in office. Not wanting to lose any time, he immediately held a local rally for supporters to announce his new campaign slogan, and it appears the new campaign is mirroring the original. Make Earth Alliance Terrific, or MEAT, as the Big Red Hat says, was the slogan he used in 2016, and is the slogan and platform Prime Minister Luthor will utilize again for his 2020 campaign, according to the speech he gave about an hour ago. Currently, there are rumors Luthor's platform for re-election would change, but now we are uncertain as to whether the direction of his political maneuvers or where they may take us. Repeated attempts to contact Luthor's camp have gone unanswered today. We can only assume that they are scrambling to get on board with what is a possible change to his entire re-election campaign. We all know Lex is willing to shift the game on a moment's notice to suit his own agenda or whim. Don't we, Mike?
He really is the best at making politics appear as fresh and dramatic as reality television, with twists and turns, even when they aren't necessary.
We know you're sick of dropping calls between the verses. That's why you should switch to Universe Cellular, the phone service with the widest network between verses. Your calls won't drop, and right now, your talking doesn't have to stop. For a limited time, unlimited talk, text, and data plans start at $30 Earth One Alliance dollars, no matter the verse or time change. Personal or business plans available. For a small fee, you can get the multiverse internet straight through to your phone. Bring your own phone, or lease one of ours for the best deal in wireless transverse communication anywhere. Stay informed with all the news from every verse by turning into Verse News. Proud to partner with Universe Cellular. Check out their new unlimited plans before the offer expires. If you have a lead or feedback on a story you'd like to hear on Verse News, email us at versenews@ativerse.com.
Until next time, I'm Mike McNosian with Rick Rogers, signing off.
Welcome to Super Dirt. I am Bobby Baxter. That's right, Bobby Baxter, your editor-in-chief of Super Dirt. We're here at Super Dirt HQ getting the dirt on the supers. Let's hear who we have today.
Kenny B with the jazz on all that dirt.
Kenny B.
Henry Harrison.
That's right, people. Henry. That's right, Henry Harrison.
The Invisible Man. Getting the inside.
Mr. I Am in the house. Mr. I Am. Look forward to hearing what you have to say.
And I am Mickey Miller.
Mr. Mickey. I love that guy.
So,
Okay.
Bobby, before you get started,
Yes, ma'am.
I know I shouldn't be reading the rags. Sorry, I couldn't help myself. But there was an article on page 6 about you. I know you and Jameson are friends. But, I mean, on the last, edition of Super Dirt, you kind of came out hardcore against Jameson. So I was wondering if you could speak to the dirt that's come out on yourself, seeing as how we are unmasking the truth.
Absolutely. Okay, let's get this out in the open, people. It's been rumored that I am a super, the most ridiculous thing that I have ever heard in my whole freaking life. I have been a norm my whole life. I am a norm. I'm a true norm. I love my normship. I will always be a norm. I was raised by supers, though. My parents were killed in a horrific, unbelievable way that I'm not completely, totally sure what happened, because my brother Teddy, that I grew up with, has told me at least 7 different versions of my parents' death. But there were 2 supers that I will say are amazing human beings. I will not say who they are, but they raised me from a child, and I am very honored and grateful for what they did for me as parents. But I am 100% norm, and that's a-hole
How do you
whack
really
job.
feel?
Don't hold back, Bobby. Don't hold
Can
back.
say whatever he wants. His news is crap news anyway. We all know he's full of crap. We know that he makes the news however he wants to instead of what's really out there, and that's why we at Super Dirt have to stay true to who we are. We are the true heroes of the norms that get out there and find the dirt on the supers so we can know how to keep ourselves protected. I love my norm life. I love my norm self. I love who I am, and I'm not afraid to shout it from the rooftops.
Not that there's anything wrong with being a super. I mean, you're
No.
born the way you are.
Absolutely.
It's true. In whatever dimension you ended up in.
Whatever dimension, whatever world, we love you, whoever you are, but we are going to keep you in your place. We are going to... Yeah,
With great power comes great reporting.
Absolutely. Boom. So what do we got out there, folks? I mean, we got that. We went there. We got it out in the open. I will challenge anybody. If you shoot me with a bullet, I will die. So...
You're challenging people to shoot you with a bullet?
Maybe. Hey, I'm not afraid of anything. Whatever.
Maybe you should be.
Yeah.
Just remember, you were adopted. You did not inherit those genes.
That's right. Yeah. Okay. All right. Don't shoot me, people. What do we got out there? What's going on today, guys? Let's hear the dirt.
I got some news on Captain America.
The Captain.
Captain America.
What's he doing?
So Captain America was born on July 4th, 1920. I know it's very, very cliche to have Captain
Totally
America
convenient.
be born on the 4th of July. But that makes him 99 years old. And even though a vast majority of his life he was frozen in a chunk of ice, legally he's still 99 years old. And I've started hearing some rumors that he has been withdrawing Social Security funds on top of his military paycheck.
Well, I was told that he doesn't have enough money to pay rent. So where's this difference coming in?
So he's got his military pension because, I mean, he was on active duty when he was frozen in the ice. So that entire time, they counted towards his military pension.
Yeah.
Did he get back pay?
Yeah, he must have legally.
Back pay for 50 years. That's
That's a hefty fine.
yeah, that's a pretty good chunk of change.
Yeah, we really need to get the lawmakers up on the hill to look at this before we run into this more often, because it's only happening more and more. Back in the 40s, I can understand why they didn't have that foresight, but there's no excuse for us not to have that foresight now.
So you're saying that we may need to change some laws?
Of course.
More petition signing.
More
I don't know
super
if I can
laws.
do
And-
any more petitions for you, Mickey.
We
How are we going to control these supers? I mean, I know that I'm among them, but how are we going to do that?
you know what? We can't. Let's face it. As norms, supers can squash us for the most part. We protect ourselves by being the collective, right?
So we just let them run rampant?
No, we rely on people like Captain America. And this is why I started digging into Captain America himself, because he is the symbol of truth and justice for us.
Oh.
And he should
When you
be
say
setting,
us, you mean the United States of America.
yeah, us, U.S. I mean, come on.
Oh, there's nobody else. There's 1,000 different universes out there and a bunch of, but the United States of America on Earth 1 is the one that matters. Sorry, went on a tangent.
So Captain America, he should be setting this example for all of those other supers out there. And I don't know if he just hasn't realized that he's not very technically savvy. Maybe somebody needs to show him how to log into his bank account, because maybe the deposit's
Dude, at
just
90-something years old, he probably doesn't even know how to use a phone.
But surely it couldn't be automatic because they didn't have direct deposit back then.
But from what I understand, he was considered DOA until they found him.
Oh.
And so when they put him back into the system, it all automatically started
It
happening.
went retroactive.
Yes. Yeah,
Really?
so just his basic setup, I would bet that he doesn't even know that he has that as that money sitting in his account.
Do we even really know how long he was in stasis and when they actually found him? I mean, they could have found him 20 days after he
froze
And
himself.
they just kept him
got
on ice.
frozen.
I mean, there's a lot to the story here we just don't know.
Yeah, there's a lot that we just don't know.
I've heard there's different versions of the story.
Yeah.
It depends on who you're asking.
Yeah, we should probably nail down the truth of that story, man.
So
Absolutely.
are you asking that Captain America release his taxes, or you just think he doesn't know he has this money?
I don't know if it's I don't know either. I'm a fan of Captain America. I think that I hope that he just doesn't realize it, and that he's going to step forward and do the right thing. Like I said, these are all rumors. I haven't been able to nail it down because I can't get into his bank account.
I should hope not.
But should we have
better reporter than we thought, if you could.
should we have superheroes then? This begs the next question. Should we have superheroes be required to release their tax
Taxes.
statements?
But the question is, do they even have Social Security numbers that are separate from their possible alter ego?
But if they've registered as a business, they should have an EIN. And I know we're getting deep into the weeds here.
Only into like the United States of America. What if they base themselves out of like
Yes.
Holland?
Very true.
Oh, they're doing
There's
what do you
Swiss
think?
supers.
Swiss super.
They're-
Canary
they're-
Islands, for example.
Canary Islands.
But isn't Captain America, I mean, he's a part of the government. Isn't that open to the, shouldn't we be able
Freedom
to
of
see it?
information?
Yeah, that's open.
Well, we should know. We
information,
should
right?
know how much we're paying him. That's for sure.
Unless it's classified.
Yeah.
Well, technically, he's a soldier, so he's government property.
Yeah. Yeah.
Oh.
Okay. Mikey.
What if we're paying-
Mickey, I mean. Not
What if we're
Mikey.
paying that
You
Mickey.
can call me whatever you want, Bobby.
Yeah, keep on that.
We're
Keep
not going to
going
stop
down-
you anyway.
Keep going down that rabbit hole. Yes.
So I heard a story,
Kenny B in the house.
because you know. And it seems that Me Too has come to the Superverse. Harley Quinn has managed to secure herself a lawyer, and I think she's trying to start a class action suit against the Joker based on unprofessional conduct in the workplace.
Interesting.
Who else is a member of this class?
I'm not certain yet. They're keeping it pretty hush-hush because we all know the Joker has kind of a wide range.
Interesting. I have a hard time with that.
Yeah,
Harley
Harley Quinn is not like the best person, but like she has good qualities.
Does she? Does she?
I don't know.
And do you believe anything she said? I'm just going there.
Are we gonna go victim shaming over here, Bobby? You best be careful. Tread carefully.
Yes. The Joker. Anybody that's with the Joker, he's a lunatic. He's a and I know I'm going on a limb here, calling the crazy lunatic a lunatic, but he is. And how are you supposed to expect a lunatic to even care? Give a rat's butt that he pinched somebody on the bottom.
On the flip side,
Just saying.
the rest of the story, because I just want to see your reaction.
Oh crap! Here we go.
Is
Now
that
she's got me in it.
The Joker is not the only named defendant.
Against Harley Quinn, or?
Correct.
Wow.
She is going after the Bat Clan themselves. She has called out Robin for being inappropriate at the workplace.
Was it Robin or was it Nightwing?
Ooh.
I'm uncertain.
Wait. So
we weren't even sure about Robin's gender a few episodes ago, so
that doesn't really matter in this situation.
Oh.
Not really, no.
Wow.
But
anyone can be me too.
What I'm getting caught up on is she's naming the Joker and Robin for harassment at the workplace?
I actually heard that somebody had a complaint against her, so.
Well, nobody likes her.
Well,
She's a horrible person.
Well, I'm just
the Joker isn't.
I think she's.
But I don't think her character
done...
should come under scrutiny here. I think we need to err on the side of caution.
Wow.
Just because you're a horrible person doesn't mean you want to have inappropriate interactions at work when you're trying to do your job.
Gosh. What is her job function?
Well, she was a psychiatrist, so I'm uncertain.
So is this workplace?
She wields a bat.
Is this workplace? I don't think. If we dig into this, I bet you it's not just in the field. I bet you she's going to narrow this down to Arkham Asylum.
It's very possible.
With Robin being
where
there?
she was a psychiatrist, and Batman and Robin were frequent guests bringing people
Yeah,
in.
and what were they doing
this
there?
Okay, this makes more sense.
Yeah, that makes more sense. That's fair. See, I didn't have all the background, so I don't...
And maybe she's fighting back by being who she is now.
Because they did break up, so she's on her own. She's got to make a play somehow.
Was briefly emancipated. What is it?
Emancipated?
Yeah.
From?
The Joker.
From the Joker.
All of what, like 3 days?
No, as far as I know,
I thought it was a big romance.
Back.
I thought it was a huge romance. I thought they were deeply
They're
in love.
on and off again all the time, but then she blew up, Janice's chemical plant, so that is...
he's a lunatic, so
they're both lunatics. Are you kidding me?
It's hard when we talk about villains here on the show because villains are an easy pick.
It's true, but the villain is trying to take
responsibility for themselves.
It's true.
Nothing.
That's fair.
But what's your definition of a villain? Like they could be doing the same.
Person who does bad things.
Well, yeah, but
who gets to decide what is good and what is bad?
And,
we do. Norms. Norms
wait
get to decide what is good and bad, and that's how it works.
In my personal opinion, I think she's under duress. Let's be honest. Like, she's been manipulated and turned inside out by that insane, crazy Joker. We all know this. Come on now.
Well, what turned her to the Joker in the first place?
It was Arkham Asylum, man.
Well,
all responsible.
The system. It's a failing of the system.
Yeah. It is.
Well, and yes, I always like to look at how we create the villains get created because of a reason, and I get that. It's not
because
always
of some gap in the system.
Yeah,
it's a failing on all of our norms part as well.
And as responsible news reporters that we are, we should be involved in opening that kind of stuff up. I have a hard time when they're villains. It's hard for me to wrap around somebody that their whole world is wrapped around themselves and only for themselves. Let's face it, every villain,
but she wasn't
they're
always
out
like that.
For themselves.
She became a psychiatrist to help people.
Yeah, true.
Did she tell you that? Like, are we certain of that?
There are some manipulative psychiatrists out there.
There are.
That's.
But when you spend a whole bunch of time around a whole bunch of maniacal, crazy master manipulators. Like,
I'll tell you, Bobby. Not all villains are that way.
it's true.
What way?
It's true. Just
Bad, evil,
maniacal, crazy people.
Wrapped up in themselves.
Okay, tell me one. It's not wrapped up in themselves.
The Punisher. The Punisher is not wrapped up in himself.
Oh, yeah, but he's not as villain as much as he is a
Anti-hero?
yeah.
But what-
Technically,
that's the. I mean,
Deadpool falls under
exactly.
that
Deadpool
particular-
falls there too. That's
But-
not a villain.
But he goes out and
okay,
kills
he's
people.
a lunatic. He's crazy, but who does he kill? I mean, I know we can. Do
There are
some
an awful
splits and
lot of
hairs.
norms that have been killed by Punisher and Deadpool.
I mean, did you see the catastrophe he created on the I-5?
I still don't think that's not a villain. We cannot call them villains. What's a different name? We got to call them. They're not villains. They're vigilantes for sure.
Okay.
Well, maybe she's one of those because she's very Deadpool-esque. She's like the anti-hero for all of those ladies out there. Because when she's not with the Joker, she does good things, and when she's with the Joker, she does bad things.
And just to be open and honest here, I do have a really weird, strange attraction to her, but I'm just being honest. I'm just getting that out there because I figured, I want to be an honest human being. So,
Jeez, no wonder she got Me Too'd all the time.
she got what?
Me Too'd all the time.
Me Too'd. Hey, she's a very.
She is, but that still doesn't mean that she deserves
and she
to
does
be
not.
harassed
Absolutely.
at her
That is
place of
very true.
of
So do you
employment.
think
That
this
is
is why
very
she
true.
started carrying the bat?
It's very possible.
And she just took it on herself. That makes a lot of sense. That
But
may be
now
why she
she's
turned.
not with the Joker. She's broke. She needs some money.
So are you saying this is a purely monetarily driven action?
I don't know. See, that's what I would like to get to the bottom of. I want to know her intentions behind it. Because why would you bring on other people to split up the money if it wasn't for the?
So she's turning her leaf and trying to become good, is what you're saying.
I think she just wants to be better, less terrible. Maybe I'm not certain.
Did
'Cause
you
I know that she's
uncover-
very hated.
How much is she suing for?
That number has not been disclosed yet. It's under a gag order, from what I can tell. See, and I don't know how to get past that. So that's Mickey's.
We're
job.
on it.
Okay. All right. Okay. Who else? What do we got? I know we got stuff going on.
Well, you remember that presidential frontrunner Lex Luthor?
Oh yes.
So word has it he actually owns the patent to curing baldness.
Okay.
And the only reason it's not released, like he's got plenty of money, so he doesn't really care about the money. He could release it and make tons and tons of money.
Obviously.
But the only reason it's not released is vanity. He likes his bald head. He doesn't want other people to not have bald heads.
Oh man.
Interesting. It's all vanity.
Mm-hmm.
Now, are we positive about the cure? Are we positive this is a real? Because there's been a lot of bald cure things out there that were bull crap. I mean, is this one of those things where they rip the top of your head off and suck it
Oh,
and then
goodness
sew
gracious.
it back on?
I'm not
all that stuff.
What kind of TV are you watching?
You haven't seen that? Have you
Kinda
not seen the
late
one?
night
Have you not seen the
infomercials.
one where they shoot the little blow thing
The
in their head?
plugs, yeah.
No. They put like these things inside, and then their head blows up. You guys haven't seen that?
No. What
With
do
air,
norms
they
do
put
to
they put them
themselves?
air in there, and then it makes it flappy, and they let the air out and cut that piece off, and then sew it back on. Up. You guys haven't seen that? Dude, go on YouTube.
That sounds painful.
Go on YouTube and look up the
And
air
unnecessary.
the air baldness
Bobby,
cure.
Bobby,
or
have
something.
you spent any time in Arkham?
Bobby, are you sober right now?
Okay, there's many rules. There's always going to be rumors about me, and I will stand up for any of those rumors. I am not drunk at this time. What was the other one? Oh, Arkham. Will not say that I have or haven't. I've been there, but I haven't maybe been in there.
You
if
haven't.
that
You
makes
haven't
sense.
like
It's a bad
spent
thing.
time.
Yeah,
It's not a bad thing if you have. If you need help, you should get the
Yeah,
help that
mental
you need.
illness is serious.
I might consider a different institution based on their
Yeah, I mean-
performance.
Their track record.
Yeah, that's a fair.
Hey,
fair
we only
point.
hear about the really bad wing. There's some other wings in Arkham that are a little more
Oh, that's fair.
streamlined.
That's fair. I mean,
We're talking super wings, and those are
when
going
it
to be
when
hardcore.
it first opened, it has a really nice, go chill out for a week wing. Don't ask me how I know that.
Right, exactly.
was that the Mr. Freeze wing?
Chill out?
Chill
wing.
out.
Chillax in the Arkham.
Hey, mental illness isn't funny.
That's right. It's hilarious.
It is.
That's why we love the Joker so much, because he's funny. Anyway, I've went off track. We have been off track. What do we got? Where were we with you?
Is there a track?
Where were we with you? We were talking about something.
We were talking about patents.
We were talking about patents and Lex Luthor.
Lex
the
Luthor?
Oh yeah, that's
the
right.
politician.
Lex Luthor.
Yes.
So
that's right.
here's
The bald
my
thing.
question about the patent.
Yeah.
If LexCorp has the patent to cure baldness and you're holding it back, when are the LexCorp shareholders going to get involved? Because
He don't care about
but he has a fiduciary responsibility to his
to
It's
shareholders.
Lex Luthor.
But how
Does
much-
he give a crap? Is he care? He's gonna make his own bylaws and crap and gonna
How
write
much
them
of
all
the
out.
stock does he own himself?
Well, that's a good question. I don't know.
Because I mean,
Well,
if
he's
he's
not a
guy?
stupid man. We
Yeah.
know Lex is a very smart dude. Is he gonna write stuff that's gonna put holes in his power
right.
with his company?
Well, I think it goes back to, can we prove if this is a real cure for baldness? Because if it's not, then
That's the inevitable.
then they're not
It
going to
could
make
just
any money.
be a big hypey thing.
Yeah.
He invented the comb over.
All those people are villains in my book. I'm just saying.
I hear there's a side effect that turns your skin orange too.
To what? Turns your skin orange.
I was making a Trump joke.
Oh,
I got
yeah. Oh, that's we should talk about the.
Does it also make you make up your own words and fry your brain at the same time?
It's huge.
Huge.
Huge. A brain.
Wouldn't it be funny if he was like Superman or something? Like, and that was his
Is that
alter
his
ego.
alter ego? Oh my
That would be
gosh.
funny.
He's super
He
Trump.
did
Would
have
he
a
be?
lot of suits
Businesses,
and
yeah.
cameras.
Yeah, suits and cameras. That's
Oh,
right.
Super Trump.
Oh my gosh,
man.
that would be freaky.
Does he also eat a lot of carrots?
Ooh,
I don't think that's what turns his skin orange.
you think he's just orange?
I think he has a really bad spray tan. That you can see in the wind.
any more news, people? What do we got out there?
Got a back alley deal between the Penguin and Spider-Man.
What?
Oh, Spider-Man coming up again.
That's a crossover that doesn't happen often.
Oh, Spider-Man and the
No.
Penguin. So what was going on?
Came across this reporter and went into...
Is it somebody you can mention, or are they an underground?
You can't see it, but he did
Underground.
air quotes. Reporter.
Oh, so it's I got it.
An anonymous source.
He hears.
I started looking into it and found out that he's been getting all of his stuff from this one bird corporation. And so I found that Penguin was providing all this stuff for Spider-Man.
Now, did you actually see Penguin, or was it just like a car with a license plate that said P.N. Gwyn?
No, this was Penguin and Spider-Man actually making a deal, briefcase, handing it over with a bunch of chemicals.
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 So is Spider-Man trying to lose his Spidey sense?
Or is he doping
Or
himself?
is he doping himself?
Spider enzymes.
Spider doping.
Well, he's got to be making something with it.
Interesting.
Is he selling the dope to others? Is he just a dealer?
Are you sure he's not just cleaning his apartment?
I mean, he does get a lot of, like, blood and such, I imagine.
Blood and such? Really? Spidey?
I mean, he's really strong, and when he punches someone, then he's going to at least break a nose.
Yeah, I mean, and, like, does he have anger fits? I mean, I've heard
Spider-Man.
stories.
Really?
But you can take
Yeah, I
care
mean, he's whiny, so I mean,
He
it
is
would
whiny.
reasonably assume that, like, he's thrown a chair or two in his time. Let's be honest.
you can take care of that with peroxide, though. I mean, this is like
What guy knows that?
Mr. I Am, of course. Mr. I Am can.
What bathrooms
He
have
has
you
to
been
take
hanging
blood
out
out
in?
of
I am,
stuff.
like,
just to
seriously, this is starting
ma-
to get creepy.
I'm everywhere.
sure I'm not. You can't leave any evidence. That's. We're still not sure if he's a villain or a good guy. But
With, you know, some of the stuff he comes up with, I wonder.
yeah, I wonder too. Mr. I Am. He's our.
Maybe
he's
he's
our
just a
ace in the
creepy
hole.
super.
And maybe he's just a lunatic too. But we love you. We love you, you lunatic, crazy person. You.
See, we can't be powerist. We've got a super on our show.
That's right. That's right.
That's
we
right.
are
We
a
can't be powerist.
non biased hirer. What do we call those people? People that hire people.
Equal
to do
opportunity
that's-
employer.
There you go. That's what we are. Equal opportunity employers. That's what we do. Okay, anything else, guys?
Just so you know, you were not an affirmative action hire.
That's right.
Yeah.
That's good to know.
We would have hired you no matter what.
Good resume.
Yep. It was very clean. It was almost invisible.
It was invisible.
Yeah, you just told us what it said, right? Okay, people. That's Super Dirt. We're getting down to the nitty gritty of the dirt out there on the supers. Be ready for next week. Who knows what we're going to come up with next week. But you'll know. It's be honest. It's going to be open. It's going to be the real news, not bullcrap like some other stupid newspapers do. We are going to rocket the real news about the supers, unmask, and do it right. Super Dirt.
Sign off.
And I'm Bobby Baxter. We'll see you next week. I got it right this time. It's Baxter.
We can use that.
Thank you for listening to Super Dirt. You can follow us on social media at SuperDirtHQ or submit a story at superdirtnews.com. This has been Henry Harrison helping you do the math.
This has been a Teapots Away media production.
This show is part of the Geek Nerd Network. Find more shows like it at geeknerdnetwork.com. This is Janet.